You wake up before the sun. The world is quiet, still and soft. You sit up slowly, your joints a little stiff, your breath a little heavier than you remember. You swing your legs over the edge of the bed and pause, not just to find your balance, but to check in with something deeper. Maybe it's a whisper in your chest. Maybe it's nothing. But you feel it. Something is different. You make your way to the kitchen, passing by photographs from a younger time. That smile, that sparkle in your eyes. You were strong. You were fast. You didn't think twice before lifting groceries or chasing grandchildren across the lawn. But lately, you've been thinking more about your breath, about your heartbeat, about time. You've seen friends fall ill. You've attended more goodbyes than you'd ever imagined. And in those quiet, reflective moments, when no one else is watching, you ask yourself, how do I want to age? Not just to exist, not just to make it through another birthday, but to live, to truly live, with clarity, dignity, and a strong beating heart. Because here's the truth, your heart is not just a muscle, it's a story, a rhythm, a connection to everything you still want to do, and everyone you still love. And right now, it's speaking to you. There are signs, soft, early, quiet signs, that your heart may be asking for help. And recognizing them could change everything. Your heart has carried you through a lifetime, through love and loss, through laughter and grief, through late nights holding babies and early mornings building a life. And now, in this season of your journey, your heart still beats with purpose, but it also whispers, quietly, cautiously, calling you to listen. Heart disease isn't sudden. It doesn't always come with flashing lights and emergency rooms. Sometimes it's silent, subtle. It begins with a small shortness of breath, a little fatigue that wasn't there before, a strange heaviness after climbing the stairs. And for many seniors, these signs are brushed off, chalked up to age or a bad night's sleep. But what if they're not just age? What if they're your heart asking for help? The truth is, heart disease is the leading cause of death among seniors, not because it's unstoppable, but because it's often ignored, especially in its early stages. And ignoring it doesn't just risk your health. It risks your independence. It threatens the life you've worked so hard to build. Think about what's at stake. Your ability to walk to the mailbox without gasping for air, to play with your great-grandchild on the floor and actually get back up, to live in your own home, on your own terms, without fear. This isn't about fear-mongering. It's about freedom. And it starts with awareness. You don't need fad diets, exhausting workouts, or endless medications. You just need to know what to look for, what your body is gently trying to tell you, so you can act with wisdom and confidence. In this video, we'll walk through 5 early signs of heart disease that seniors often miss. But more than that, we'll talk about what you can do about them. In calm, simple, practical ways. Because this isn't just about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. You deserve that. And it's not too late. Let me ask you something. Have you ever stood up too fast and felt a little dizzy? Or maybe you felt unusually tired by mid-morning, even after a full night's rest. Perhaps your breath has shortened during a simple walk to the mailbox. It's easy to say, that's just age. But what if it's not? What if your body isn't just aging? It's signaling. See, there's a quiet truth many doctors don't explain in simple human terms. Your body is always speaking, and aging doesn't mean decline is inevitable. It means listening becomes more important than ever. What if that breathlessness isn't about being out of shape, but about your heart struggling with fluid buildup? What if that sudden exhaustion isn't because you're old, but because your blood isn't carrying oxygen efficiently? What if that odd pressure in your chest isn't indigestion, but your heart asking for a little attention? Here's the beautiful part. These are not mysteries. These are messages. And once you learn how to read them, you can take gentle, powerful steps to help your heart heal. Think of your heart like a lifelong companion. It's been with you through everything. Every wedding toast, every hospital visit, every long walk home in the rain, and now it's just asking you to notice it a little sooner. This journey isn't about fear. It's about empowerment. It's about realizing that the small things you feel today could be your chance to prevent something big tomorrow. So if you've been telling yourself, this is just what happens when you get older, I want to invite you to ask, what if it doesn't have to be? What if your best days still have room to stretch and breathe and dance a little? Let's begin with the first sign. It's one that most people miss because it hides behind something that seems so ordinary. But if you know what to look for, it could be the first step toward protecting the heart that's protected you for decades. Sign number 1. Fatigue that feels deeper than tiredness. It's not just about needing a nap after lunch. This is different. This kind of fatigue feels like walking through water, like your limbs have gained weight, like every task, even simple ones, costs a little too much. You wake up, but you don't feel awake. You sit down to read the paper, but your body's already whispering, let's not move today. Have you ever felt like that? If so, you're not alone. Many seniors chalk this up to getting older. But often this kind of tiredness isn't age, it's oxygen. Or more precisely, the lack of it. You see, when the heart starts to weaken, even just a little, it can't pump blood as efficiently. That means less oxygen gets to your muscles, your brain, your skin, and your body starts to slow down. Quietly, gently, almost without notice. For 74-year-old Margaret, it started when she realized she couldn't carry her laundry up the stairs without stopping to catch her breath. I thought it was just age, she said, but my doctor told me it was my heart slowing down. That fatigue was one of the earliest signs of heart disease. But here's the hopeful part. Margaret didn't need anything drastic. She started with a few simple changes: a low-sodium diet, gentle walking in the mornings, and better hydration. 3 months later, she called it a second wind I didn't know I could have. Your body is like a house. It may creak more with time, but it still needs regular care. The roof doesn't leak all at once. It starts with a drip. The same goes for your heart. So, if you're feeling drained, not just tired but diminished, don't brush it off. That fatigue might be your body's quiet way of asking, can you slow down just long enough to help me keep going? And yes, you absolutely can. Sign number 2, subtle changes in mood and the hidden toll of loneliness on your heart. Sometimes the ache in your chest isn't physical. It's quieter, heavier, invisible. Have you noticed how your body responds when you feel truly at peace? When you're surrounded by people who make you laugh, or when someone takes your hand and suddenly everything feels lighter. Now think of the opposite. The long, empty hours, the meals eaten alone, the phone that doesn't ring as often, the silence that isn't restful. It's hollow. This isn't just emotional. It's physiological. Loneliness is a form of chronic stress, and chronic stress strains your heart like a tightrope stretched too far. It raises blood pressure. It increases inflammation. And over time, it begins to wear down the very rhythm that keeps you alive. John, 78, lost his wife 3 years ago. I didn't just lose her, he said. I lost my schedule, my reason to get dressed in the morning, my joy. He began sleeping more during the day, feeling down and getting short-tempered. But what he didn't realize was that these emotional shifts were signs of something deeper. His heart was being affected. When he finally visited a clinic after experiencing chest tightness, the cardiologist gently explained, "Your heart's working harder now, not because it's broken, but because it's hurting." That moment changed everything. John joined a senior men's book group at the library. He began walking every day with a neighbor. He still missed his wife, but he was no longer alone. And slowly, his energy returned. His blood pressure dropped. His laughter came back, soft at first, then stronger. Your heart needs connection, not just to people, but to meaning, to belonging, to the sense that you still matter, because you do. So if you've been feeling off emotionally, don't ignore it. This isn't just in your mind. Your heart feels it too. And healing often begins not with medicine, but with companionship. Sign number 3, swelling in the feet or ankles, and how daily habits can ease the strain on your heart. You slip off your shoes at the end of the day and notice your feet look puffier than usual. Maybe your socks leave a deeper mark than they used to. It's subtle at first, easy to overlook. But swelling in your feet, ankles, or legs can be one of the earliest physical signs that your heart isn't pumping as strongly as it once did. It's not just water weight, it's fluid building up, because your blood isn't flowing quite the way it should. And here's the good news. You don't need an overhaul. You just need small, consistent shifts. Start with your mornings. What if, instead of reaching straight for the TV remote or the coffee pot, you took just 3 minutes to sit upright, roll your ankles, stretch your arms, and take 3 slow, deep breaths? This tiny routine helps wake up your circulation. It tells your blood vessels, we're moving today. Then there's hydration. Strange as it sounds, drinking more water, not less, can actually reduce fluid retention because your kidneys flush more effectively when they're supported. And finally, think about salt. Not as something you have to eliminate completely, but as something you notice. Swap a few packaged snacks for whole foods like bananas, sweet potatoes, or berries, foods that gently nourish your heart without weighing it down. 81-year-old Clara swears by her heart cup, a mason jar she keeps by the sink that she fills twice a day with water and lemon. She says, "It's not fancy, but it reminds me I'm still taking care of me." Because that's the heart of it, isn't it? Self-care isn't selfish, it's sacred. So let me ask you, what's one small change you could try this week? Just one thing, something that says to your heart, I'm still listening, I'm still here, and I'm still choosing life. Sign number 4, a subtle sense of emptiness and the healing power of purpose. Sometimes the signs aren't physical at all. They come quietly, like waking up without a reason to get out of bed, like going through the motions of the day but feeling disconnected, as if something meaningful has quietly slipped away. This too can be a warning sign, because the heart isn't just a muscle. It's where we carry our joy, our loss, our longing, and our purpose. And when that purpose fades, the body can begin to fade too. Doctors have found that people who feel isolated or without purpose are more likely to suffer heart complications, even when everything else looks normal. Because the will to live, truly live, is not a luxury in aging. It's a necessity, but you can rediscover it. For 76-year-old Harold, it began with a garden. Not a big one, just a few pots on the back patio. He started with tomatoes, then basil, then marigolds. I wasn't trying to grow food, he said. I was trying to grow something inside me that had gone quiet. The act of tending to something, even something small, woke up a sense of rhythm in his days. He joined a local gardening club, started bringing fresh vegetables to neighbors, and even began teaching a group of kids from the church how to plant seedlings. And his heart? It strengthened, not just on the monitor, but in his laughter, his steps, his eyes. Because purpose doesn't need to be grand. It just needs to be yours. It might be a morning prayer, a handwritten letter, a walk at sunset, a friend you call every Tuesday. Your heart beats not only for your body, but for your meaning. So let me gently ask you, what do you want the next chapter of your life to feel like? It's not too late. In fact, it's exactly the right time to begin again. So here we are. You've come this far, listening not just with your ears, but with your heart. And that matters. That means something. Because the very fact that you're still here, still curious, still trying, that's proof. You are not too old. You are not done yet. Your body still listens when you care for it. Your heart still responds when you choose to love it. We've talked about the quiet signals, swelling in the feet, unexpected fatigue, changes in mood, moments of emptiness. Not just symptoms, but messages. Your body is whispering, gently but firmly, I need you. Don't give up on me. And you haven't. You've faced more than most. Losses, aches, long nights, and slow mornings. But inside, you is still something fierce, something soft, something deeply, beautifully alive. The truth is, aging isn't a surrender, it's a shift from speed to stillness, from proving to being, from chasing to choosing. And now you get to choose how this chapter unfolds. Will it be filled with walks in the garden? Morning stretches that make you smile? Conversations that stir your spirit? A sense of belonging that steadies your breath? You deserve that. All of it. So don't worry if your steps feel slow. Don't wait for the perfect time. That moment is now. Even a single glass of water, a moment of laughter, a hand on your chest, feeling your own heartbeat, and knowing it's still strong enough to carry you forward. You are still here. This is your time. Start now, even if it's slow. Every small step is still yours. And your heart, your strong, faithful, extraordinary heart, is ready to follow. Before we part today, take a quiet moment with me. What was one thing in this conversation that made you think differently? Maybe it was the idea that loneliness isn't just sadness. It's something that touches your heart physically. Or perhaps the gentle reminder that even the smallest changes, like stretching your ankles or drinking more water, can make a real difference. What small change will you try starting tomorrow morning? Will it be a few deep breaths before you rise? A phone call to a friend? Or simply noticing how your heart feels when you smile? Your journey is unique, and that's why this space matters. This channel isn't just about information. It's about community. Wisdom shared from one heart to another. Support when the days feel heavy. Encouragement when the path seems long. If you feel moved by what you've heard, please share your story below. Tell us what you're noticing, what you're hoping for, what helps you keep going. And if you know someone who might need a gentle reminder of their strength, tag them. Send this message like a hand reaching out, because none of us walk this road alone. If this video resonated with you, please subscribe. We're walking this path together, step by step, heartbeat by heartbeat. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for choosing yourself today. Until next time, take care of your heart. It's carrying all the stories you still have to live.